Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy AJ. I'm here with Rage. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at Nets Kingdom One, and check out articles on netskingdom.net. We got articles going up. Appreciate you guys all the support and hit that like button. So we're here to talk about Cam Thomas. Should the Nets extend Cam Thomas? That's the big question. I know now that we are officially in the rebuild era of the Brooklyn Nets. There's been talks about should the Nets extend Cam Thomas. I think Brian Lewis wrote an article about it. Now, we've heard Yossi report there are kind of complications if the Nets extend Cam Thomas. It does hurt our cap space for next season. But there's been talks on Twitter, talks online that okay, should we wait or can Cam Thomas come out and have an incredible year and sensational year and it kind of forces us to pay him an extreme overpay bag? We just saw Emmanuel quickly. I think Emmanuel quickly just got 30 or plus. I think he got 30 plus. I got to look it up. But what do you think about the situation with Cam Thomas, bro? Do you think we should pay him now or wait till next season where we can go over the we can make him a restricted next season and then give him a salary over the cap, kind of like what they did with Tyrese Maxey, give him a max like that, a rookie max, or should we pay him now? What do you think the solution is for that, brother?
It's rough, but
Yeah.
it might be smart if your plans are to make your team around Cam Thomas, it might be smarter
Mhm.
to go and extend him now. Yes, our cap space does hurt for next year,
Yeah.
but if you're going to draft high and your plans are to draft high again anyways, you should go and do it because we haven't even had a season where he's been
Yeah.
the main focus the whole year.
Yeah.
And with what quickly is getting paid and with what everyone else is getting paid, although it could hurt our cap,
Mhm.
this is a chance I think you might have to take here. This is our guy, and then if you're able to pay him this money right now and he
Yeah.
outplays it, and even if he doesn't, you can always move off of him. You're never forced to keep him. Yeah, it might hurt your cap, but you can always pivot. You can always
Yeah.
pivot. I think it makes more sense in our situation to try and pay him now. Pay him
Yeah.
now. He could easily outpay a contract that he's supposed to get this upcoming year.
Yeah.
There's still question marks. But on a team where Cam Thomas completely has control, this guy he could play out that contract. He could overplay it, overplay it, and we'll
Yeah.
look great. We'll look great.
Yeah.
Imagine if Mikal Bridges kept up the same play. It's not the same because we'll still have to pay Cam Thomas more. But
Yeah.
imagine if Mikal Bridges was able to keep up that same play on that contract that he was on. Wow.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at quickly, right? So the Raptors gave quickly a 5-year, $175 million deal. And now it says instead of starting around 25 million, which is about average starting point guard money, he will start at just below 30 million, assuming the normal structure of the deal. So look up while I'm talking, look up Cam and Emmanuel quickly stats because I consider Cam kind of to be in that echelon of Emmanuel quickly because they're both kind of like young and scoring guys. So it's like I kind of if you think about peers of Cam Thomas peers, I think people are going to compare him to Quickly's of the world. Who else got big money and is just scoring like some like Jordan Poole, those type of players. I think Cam was kind of like in that echelon. So if you're gonna pay him now, that's the thing. Like some people say we should pay him now. So because basically we're gonna just get a steal. We're gonna get him for a steal. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, Cam Thomas is worth, let's say, 28 mil, right? Let's say Cam Thomas is worth 28, 29 mil. And we pay him now. That does hurt our cap, like you said, it does hurt our cap. But if you're thinking about the rebuild process of the Nets, right? 2025, we're supposed to go for Cooper. We're tanking. 2026, we're supposed to tank. 2027 is where you think, okay, maybe that's where we start heading, looking at the field, trying to getting a star, looking at the free agents. That's where you start kind of adding the star to your awesome young rookies and sophomores and young players. That's where you start adding to go and shoot for like a playoff spot, right?
Which could be a
So,
problem if you're
mhm.
paying Cam Thomas 60 mil a year.
Yes, which could be that's the issue. It could be a problem if you're paying Cam an insane amount of money. But stats wise, bro, what are like Quickly's and Cam Thomas? I think Cam might have better stats than him. I think Cam averages more than him. I don't know.
So this full year combined, Emmanuel quickly had 17,
Mhm.
3.8 rebounds, and 4.9 assists.
Mm.
Cam Thomas this past year had 22.5 points, 3.2 rebounds, and 2.9 assists. Quickly
Oof.
has him in terms of like
Mm.
the other stats, but we know the type of scorer Cam Thomas is.
Yeah.
But this is another topic I also want to talk. Well, this is also something I want to talk about. Like also kind of plays into everything. But quickly was just on the Knicks, on a team like the Knicks, and is now on the Raptors. The Raptors are like more so rebuilding, right? And he had a
Yeah, they're
chance to
rebuilding.
actually show out on the Raptors, and he
Mhm.
did. And he did. This past year was his best. Like he didn't play. So for the Knicks, he didn't average as well,
Mhm.
obviously with the Knicks, but that was his overall stats. His stats for this, like when he was with Toronto. So
Mhm.
from the Knicks to Toronto, 15 in New York, 18.6 in Toronto.
Mm.
He gets 4.5 rebounds in Toronto. That's 2.1 more rebounds than he had in New York.
Yeah.
Average or yeah, 2.2. He had 4.8 this year. 6.8 assists he
Mm.
averaged
Yeah.
this past. He had 2.5 in New York.
Wow.
What does Cam Thomas look like when he's given a shot? And if you're paying him a relatively same contract like that, he will it will be amazing because
Yeah.
we're in an even bigger tank than what the Raptors are in right now.
Yeah. That's a great
We
point.
even
I'm
have
glad.
we'll have an even bigger chance to show out than Quickly does. Quickly's good, but
Yeah.
Cam Thomas has the ultimate chance.
That's a great point you made because I'm thinking about that now. Like some people are saying that Cam Thomas is better than Quickly. They kind of had similar like situations, right? Because when Quickly was on the Knicks, he wasn't getting that much burn. He was coming off the bench. He was like a six-man type of role for the Knicks, right? And you think about his production then, you named it. He gets on the Raptors, you give him the full green light, and his stats just up. So we saw this year Cam stats up when he got a little bit more. I mean, he had to share with McHale and the other guys. McHale was they tried to force McHale to be our number one option, Sean Marks and the Nets. They tried to force him. So his production upped by being like he was considered number two, but we all knew by watching the Nets that Cam was our number one option. But NBA wise and Nets wise, they held McHale to the number one option. But now you give Cam the full green light, like, hey, take as many shots as you can. We're tanking. What if he averages 36 and 6? Like
Never know. Never know. He has the chance. This is
yeah,
this is the ultimate chance for Cam Thomas.
yeah,
Us going in this route signals, it says to everybody, "Hey, Cam Thomas, you're the guy.
yeah,
You're the guy." We know that. We know that. He was the guy for us even when we had our good players.
yeah.
He was still our guy, when
Let
we
me
wanted to play him, but he was the guy really scoring for us. And
yeah,
imagine a situation where it's literally his duty every night to do everything. I'm not
yeah.
saying it might wear him down a little. We
Mhm.
know, obviously, but the the chances of him being able to outplay a contract that we give him this year is very, I feel high.
Yeah,
And if you want to wait, it could make sense, but it's not worth paying him all that money if you really want to keep him. And our
yeah,
big thing is, like I said, a big important thing is you're able to draft these guys and keep them around. You're paying Cam Thomas all this money, and you still wanna contend, like, I don't know how you still it's just it's all of these teams have showed that the less you gotta draft. You gotta
yeah,
draft, and you gotta be able to build your team off of not acquiring
yeah. I
straight
think
stars, and us paying Cam Thomas now can help us a lot with with us completing our rebuild quicker.
yeah, and I think the cons of it would be the only cons again would be the cap space in 2025 and then like the cap space going forward in 2025. But I guess if you think about it, if you get rid of everybody, Ben Simmons, CJ, DFS, and you just have Nick getting
Schroeder,
you get yeah,
Schroeder.
Schroeder, you just have Nick getting 25 and you have Cam getting what 30 or 29. I think the cap space won't be that bad too, because everybody else is he's young. If you think about it, I mean, I know we still haven't made the trades yet, and what we got back for CJ and DFS, but I don't think the cap will be that affected. I
If you're
don't know.
going into a full tank and you want to lose,
Mhm. Yeah,
it
it's like
makes sense why
yeah,
you just wanna pay Cam Thomas the money he is now, and
mhm,
then all these guys that you have on our team right now that make no sense for what we're trying to do, you get rid of, and that gives Cam Thomas a way bigger chance, a way
yeah,
bigger chance. and ultimately he could there's another team that could offer him a lot of money.
Yeah,
We could be willing to offer him a max, but there could be a situation where, it's just best to do it now.
yeah,
It's just best to do it now, and if you already are getting rid of all of these guys, how much money are you really gonna have next year? You're still gonna have a lot, and you're
yeah,
not gonna make all your moves next year. If we're trying to tank for 2 years, what's the point of using all of our cap space next year?
yeah.
What's the
I
point of
mean,
not extending Cam
it
Thomas
sucks
right now?
because I think the CBA forces it like they have like a salary floor where they make you spend like I think it's like 80 or 90% of the cap. So it's like that's a rule that they put in there. So that's the only annoying thing about CBA. But let me ask you
You
this
can
and then we'll
always
get
have
out
the
of here.
one-year deals, man.
Yeah, that's like I said, how much are these rookies are gonna what are these rookies getting? 8, 7? Like they're not gonna it's not gonna be a major hit against our cap. Because we're gonna have a bunch of rookies and second rounders. So what do you think Cam's value is right now, as far as money wise? Like, give me a set number before we get out of here. Like, what do you think Cam is worth a year? Like, what is your set rate for him a year?
At this rate
At this rate right now, what is Cam
right
Thomas is worth?
now, right now is I it's we're at 20 to 25 right now. That's what we're at. We're at 20 to
You think
25
he's
right
worth
now. He
20 to
could be
25? They're gonna
he
come at you in
might
the comments because Clax is getting
he
25. They're gonna come at you. They're gonna come at you in the
hey,
comments.
hey, hey, he Cam Thomas is worth quite a bit. It's
Mhm.
hard to say. Cam
Do you think
Thomas,
he's
if
worth
we
more than
still
Clax?
pay
Let
him
me ask you that. Is he worth more than Clax? It's tough. It's 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 tough. It's
Ugh,
tough, but I don't know. People are gonna come out of you and say, yeah,
he's a scorer, but
yeah.
everything that there's still an issue with is he gonna be able to really it's everything else too.
The
It's also
playmaking,
everything else.
efficiency, the
It's a
defense. Mhm.
it's also everything else, but 30. I'd trend towards 30 to Cam Thomas. In
30?
terms of where we
Mm,
are right now, I'd but where we are, I'd pay Cam Thomas. I'd pay That's what I'm saying. I'd pay Cam Thomas now. His
30.
value might be 30 around the league. Around the league, it might be 30.
Mhm.
I'd pay him quite a bit. What we can
Alright.
pay right now, it just makes sense too. We'd still even if he plays a lot very good and we're like, okay, well, yeah, we have to pay him more, but it's okay because it was better seeing it out.
Yeah.
And you
T
still have will have quite a bit of cap space because if he's the only one making a lot of money, it can
yeah,
make sense why you trend towards that. But you're already going the route where you're going to tank, and Cam Thomas is gonna be your number 1 guy, and we haven't had a full season of that yet.
yeah.
Every
Um,
Nets fan I'm sure can understand that it's like, "Yo, we definitely have not seen Cam Thomas's full potential yet."
yeah. I'll
And
give
that's
my
my thing.
answer. I think I'm gonna go with 27 a year for Cam. I'm going with 27. Now, I'm gonna go through right now, I would give him like I said, if we were the Nets were to pay him right now, I'll give him 27 a year. 27 a year would be my mark. I know people are gonna probably say 30, but he still has to do more for me to get that 30. 30 is I know the cap is going up too, but if Cam kills it this year, like goes crazy this year, then 30, it could be 30 plus. But I'll give 27. I'll say 27 just to be safe. Let us know in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button. Follow us on Instagram. That's Kingdom One. Nets fans, let us know how much you think Cam Thomas is worth right now and possibly next year. Let us know if you think you should pay him now or later. Appreciate you guys so much. It's Nets Kingdom.